We all value the right to vote, to decide on elected officials, to vote yes or no on local taxes. But rich, out-of-control developers want to crush our chance to vote on new, sprawling development. These same developers got millions of our tax dollars from the federal bailout. Now they're spending millions to kill Amendment 4. Fight back. We deserve a vote on development. Yes on 4.
The Depression shaped my parents' values. Our family scrimped and saved. Mother even added water to ketchup bottles to make it go further. They worked hard so I could be the first in our family to go to college. I'm Susan Paddock. Just as families stretch every dollar to make ends meet, Oklahoma needs to stretch our education dollars so the resources needed reach the classroom, helping our kids learn and our teachers teach.
Susan Paddock, State Superintendent.
Shouldn't the senator from West Virginia actually live in West Virginia? John Racy doesn't think so. Official government documents reveal Racy moved his family to Florida. Florida, just to help him avoid paying taxes. This is the same John Racy who wants to, quote, abolish the minimum wage. John Racy, out of touch, wrong for West Virginia. Communications Workers of America, Working Voices, and the United Mine Workers of America Power Pack are responsible for the content of this advertising.
We have less in our bank accounts than a few years ago. Billionaire Jeff Green has more. He made hundreds of millions on Wall Street betting we couldn't pay our mortgages, profiting off of suffering. Jeff Green, a Wall Street insider, a former Republican from California, trying to buy a Senate seat as a Florida Democrat? Tell Jeff Green, Florida is not for sale. Florida's Not for Sale is responsible for the content of this advertising.
What's the definition of hypocrite? Mike Duffy. Duffy says he's a budget hawk, but on his watch, spending on the Worthington City Council ballooned by over $2 million. Then Duffy supported raising his own taxpayer-funded salary as a reward for his big spending. And rather than cutting wasteful spending, Duffy backed tax increases to pay for his spending spree. Say no to reckless taxing and spending. Say no to Mike Duffy.
C'est campagne Woody Moïse pour Congrès qui paye réclame ça.
Non, c'est Woody Moïse, candidat pour Congrès, et m'a prouvé message ça.
La campagne pour Congrès année ça, il y a 4 candidats sous bulletin qui ont racine dans la communauté. Mais c'est un seul qui a aidé nous tout bon vrai. C'est Woody Moïse. Marlène Bastien, Yoli Robinson et Philippe Boutis, c'est bon moun yoye. Mais si vous te compte ça pour vous faire dans affaires soins santé, dans affaires kay moun la banque a saisi, dans affaires créer travail, vous t'a fait déjà. Woody Moïse, c'est seule chance nous gagner pour nous mettre un leader pas nous dans le congrès qui cap tracer bon exemple pour petit nous et qui cap aider communauté nous à mettre tête ensemble. Woody Moïse, c'est un monde qui gagne pile la foi, qui servit avec éducation pour lui-même avec famille qui la vie meilleure. Ça, c'est un exemple petit nous doué ouais. Mardi 24 août, pas oublier, pesé numéro 23 pour démocrate Woody Moïse.
Rudy.
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 This is Travis Childers. I remember the morning my middle school was integrated. I was 12 years old and I didn't really understand, but my grandfather did. Before the first day of school, my grandfather told me there would be white kids and black kids who would be confused and scared. My grandfather told me to find one of the new black students and make a friend. When the new students got off the bus, I walked up to Robert Miller and put my hand out to shake his hand. Robert didn't know what to do at first, but he shook my hand too. And after that day, we ended up being friends and are friends today. His son and my daughter also went to school together. This is Travis Childers. As school begins again, I know I am blessed to have had a family who taught me right and who taught me right from wrong.
I'm Travis Childers. I'm running for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Childers for Congress. Lincoln Davis, recently speaking at the National Day of Prayer.
I was born at home in a one-room structure in Pall Mall, Tennessee. I observed my mother and father literally wear a Bible out by the light of a kerosene lamp. The back came off of it. What does prayer mean to me? It means I'm never away from a helping hand. It means I'm never away from the presence of Almighty God that can give me strength when I ask for it. And there are times I make decisions and I realize later you didn't go in communication with God, and so therefore that's probably why you failed. I ask that you pray for all of us who serve in this nation, that we may look to God for guidance, that He burdens our heart and touches our mind, that we will always do His will. Thank you.
Paid for by Davis for Congress.
I'm Lincoln Davis. I'm running for election to Congress, and I approve this message.
There's a soldier and there's a man. He was born and raised here on southeastern Missouri land. Fought for our country, now he fights for you.